Hi, folks. Good evening and welcome to Boxing Media Hub. And this is a special presentation, as they would say stateside, where just from a tweet that I saw today, or an X or whatever it's post, I think it's called a post on X, regarding future first-time Hall of Famers, lock-ins. And they gave a list, and I'll read out the list to you now. So just one second. As you can see, I'm very well prepared. Here we are now. Right. So the list that Jim Carras gave was, who are the fighters over 30 you think have already Hall of Fame worthy careers? And he gave these options: Usyk, Fury, Joshua, Wilder, Bivol, Beterbiev, depending on whether you want him to be Canadian or Russian, Canelo, Golovkin, Crawford, Spence, Lomachenko, Inoue, Chocolatito, Ioka, Estrada, and Shiro. So, I looked at that list and thought, that's very good, but there was one blinding omission for me. Did you spot it, Jam?
No, I don't think it is. Who was it?
Donaire.
Oh, Nonito, of course.
Yes, yes.
Didn't even cross my mind until you told me.
But this is what it is about him, and he has fought so many, and he's held so many championships. And I mean, that fight he had against Inoue in on that Thursday morning, oh, that was just brilliant. That was pure box office. But I'm not going to slate Jim because perhaps Donaire doesn't meet those criteria. Perhaps he sees him as a now retired fighter, even though he technically hasn't. But given his last performance, I hope he has. But Donaire, for me, ticks all those boxes. And the second he hangs up the gloves, I hope he is immediately installed, without hesitation, into the Boxing Hall of Fame. I'm just going to give you a brief resume here, if these ads would just piss off a boxer. Don't you love your phone freezes at the wrong time? Anyway, let's go back. So, who of that list there, while I'm looking for this, you could just say who you're thinking is good on the list.
Well, Usyk, of course.
Yeah.
Terence Crawford. I know he needs to be more active at the moment. He should be on there. I wouldn't put AJ on there, to be honest.
Neither would I. And, I just think, no, I mean...
fighters, he's had 5
if you put AJ on it, I would have a question. Would you put Parker on it? And if you won't put Parker on it, don't put AJ on it.
I'd agree with that, definitely, yeah. Parker's been sensational, especially last 4 fights. And obviously before that, he had some great wins.
Yeah.
So I completely agree with that, yeah. Obviously...
I thought just would, you're anti-English bias. But no, not at all. But we just look, I just want to go through Donaire's resume now. The last fight against Santiago, I watched, and it was horrible to watch. And that makes me say, I hope he retires soon for his own health and safety. Donaire, Inoue then, the second fight, Inoue, kind of really ended it when he wants to. But he had 2 good wins then against Gabalio and Ulio before, but then that loss to Donaire in November 2019, prior to COVID, it was just brilliant. It was my fight of the year. I think it was many people's fight of the year, and he lost on a unanimous decision. However, he had no disgrace given how he did. He beat Ryan Burnett of this parish in the World Boxing Super Series in 2018. He lost to Carl Frampton on a unanimous decision in the Super Series as well. Let's just see. Rigano, again, he lost to in 2013. Nakashia, though, he did beat for the vacant super bantamweight title. There's just and Wilfredo Vasquez Jr. I mean, he beat in 2012. I mean, the names here: Mondel, Marquez, Hernan Marquez, Rafael Conceição. I don't know how to say
that.
I think that's Conceição. I stand corrected if it's not. Vic Darshan, very famous boxer. Again, that was for the world flyweight title. It's a who's who of boxers, and he's fought everybody. You know, he didn't duck anybody, and he deserves to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. And I hope that was just an omission and not a deliberate exclusion from Jim on that. But yeah, let's go back to the list. So we can go through them if you like. You know.
Yeah. So one by one and see where you feel they should be.
We'll start off with Usyk, and I think we both agree Usyk will be a lock-in when he was undisputed cruiserweight title, and then he went up and he beat Joshua twice, you know, and I mean all roads lead to February when I think he'll become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
I agree,
and that will be some achievement. Now, next in the line is a controversial person, is Tyson Fury. Yes or no?
I'd say no.
I'd also say no.
If he beats Usyk, I'd probably say yes. But
if he beats Usyk, absolutely. If he becomes undisputed heavyweight, absolutely. But as it stands, it's a no for me. He won that title against Klitschko, and there was a cloud hanging over him with the drugs. And him and his friend, you know, stymied UCAD and almost bankrupted him, and then agreed to a backdated ban. And that's agreed. Joshua is next. We've already discussed Joshua, where we said no, we don't think so. You know, he's not real, like he can be in the British Hall of Fame all he wants. He's very much entitled to be in that. But the World Hall of Fame, I think, is he needs to give me something more. He needs to have beaten Wilder,
Fury,
or beaten Usyk, which he didn't, and he won't. You know, he's not going to beat
the other two at least, doesn't he? He needs to beat Wilder and Fury to have any chance of being Hall of Fame.
And the next person is, and I think we know what the answer is going to be, given the answers to the other one, is Wilder. I think that's definitely no.
Definitely not.
Next, I think we're going to be more positive. Bivol.
He's well on his way to being, isn't he?
Exactly. The winner of Bivol Beterbiev will definitely be in the Hall of Fame, and the other one would maybe get it on the second ballot. But first ballot for me is the winner of that fight. Would you agree?
100%, definitely.
Jesus, I love this. We're all in agreement. Why can't we fall out? Okay, Canelo. I think Canelo's a lock-in.
Of course. He's done too much at such a young age, like, to not be in.
Now, the next one, I swear to God, if you give me the wrong answer, I'm going to punch you in the head.
It's going to be a new, eh?
No, it's not a new.
Oh, okay.
New is not over 30, I don't think. No, he's 28.
Oh, of course he's not. No, of course he's not. Golovkin.
Yeah.
I love Golovkin, but he lost the 2 to Canelo, didn't he? I don't know.
He didn't lose the first one, though. That's the whole
he drew, didn't he? Drew 1-1-2.
No, but I mean, that stupid bird woman, she was blind. I don't know what blind birds there are, but Jesus Christ, how she could give that. You know, that was an absolute travesty. And then Canelo got the drugs ban, and it was extended out until, you know, Golovkin is the most avoided fighter in history.
He is a beast.
I mean, he was an animal. So on the basis of his just animal brilliance, I would give Golovkin. He would be on my ballot first time, Golovkin. Okay, he's not on yours, and I understand why he's not on some people's. But like, if you go on paper, fine, he doesn't qualify. But if you look at the fights and look at the circumstances around the fights, you're going to put Golovkin's name down. And if you don't, I'll break your fingers.
He's definitely in the chat, isn't he? He's definitely in the talk.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, if he's not first, he's second. You know what I mean? Like, if he's any lower than second, I'm going to just shoot you in the head.
Behind Canelo, would you say?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
But I'm just going to throw this out there. I was very privileged to see them both fight in the flesh, albeit their third fight. But as I said, that was the last dance. That was a beautiful wall between two.
You actually went to the Canelo Golovkin's third fight?
Number 3.
Oh, beautiful! I bet that was an amazing experience.
It was brilliant, and there was a you know, like they have Comic-Con and all that.
Yeah.
There was a boxing version of that on the day before, and I got to see so many great fighters.
Wow.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was, you know, Roy Jones Jr. there? Well, anyway, Duran was there, and Duran just came into the auditorium, and I just took out my fist for a fist bump, and he fist bumped me. And I swear to God, if I only for the threat of gangrene, I wouldn't have washed my fist after that. COVID and all that.
The hands of stone. Absolutely.
COVID and all that. Absolutely. But he was a great guy, and his cues were out the door. And do you know who came in, actually? And I swear to God, it was a movie star.
Amazing.
your man, the Californian, he's very pretty. What's his name? Anyway, it's gone. He's not a Hall of Famer anyway. But
I don't watch many movies, so I might not know him anyway.
No, he's not a movie star. He's a boxer, but he's got movie star.
He's a boxer.
He's a lightweight boxer. He's one of the four kings. Ryan Garcia, that's it. Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia.
Then the place exploded. Morales couldn't make it, but Barrera was there, and Barrera gave me a fist bump. And oh my God, I got so many pictures, and there's just so many amazing boxers there.
He was amazing, Barrera. I went to his last fight against Ricky Hatton in 2022 at the AO.
Yeah, was that good?
It was one of the best nights I've ever been to in boxing. Seeing Tasha Jonas get the world title, and it was the first boxing my wife had ever been to, so she absolutely loved it.
Sorry, who won the world title? You broke
Tasha Jonas.
Oh, Tasha Jonas. Yeah, I'm so delighted for Tasha because she's one of the nicest people in boxing. And
she is beautiful. She is.
No, but I mean nice personality as well. Oh, she's beautiful, all right. That's why she's called Miss GB, but she's the nicest. You know?
Definitely.
Right, let's get back to the list.
Okie dokie.
Berbatov, Bilov, kind of Golovkin. Next is Crawford, Bud Crawford, Terence Bud Crawford. Yes or no?
I'm going to say no at the minute, surprisingly. I think
I would agree with you. I think Terence Crawford, if he retired tomorrow, hasn't done enough for me to get in the Hall of Fame.
I agree.
I know everyone went wild. Oh, he beat Spence. But that's all he did.
That's the only decent, real decent name on his resume.
You know, I mean...
And Spence, let's be honest, had a car crash, didn't he? Or motorbike crash, and he was never the same. He looked punch-drunk.
A car crash a few years ago. There was definitely a car crash that night. And next up is Spence, and I think we know if Crawford ain't getting it, Spence ain't fucking getting it.
No.
The next one, I'm sure, is a lock-in. Lomachenko.
Oh, 1,000,000%. One of the greatest boxers to ever go to the game,
I mean, in the second fight, he won a world title. He didn't, back down against anyone. Not like these Yanks. Oh, I'll fight you. And then, no, I won't fight you. He took all comers. Won a title in his second fight. Absolutely. The next one, 100% a lock-in. If you don't agree, I'm actually going to ban you from the channel.
Sorry, say that one again and cut out.
Chocolatito.
Oh, Chocolatito. Yes, definitely.
No, good. Right answer. I know he's been in some great wars, and he has been on the wrong end of so many decisions that
bad decisions.
They weren't complete robberies, but they were very unfair. Ioka then is next.
Mayorga?
No, Ioka.
Japanese
fighter.
To be honest, I don't know too much about him, to be honest with you.
I don't know enough about him either to say yes or no, but if you're in the chat and you're a big Ioka fan, especially Japanese boxing, which I'm getting more into because of my absolute idol, then let us know. I mean, I presume Ioka is. I mean, I think he's one of those that's really cleaned up the lower divisions. You know what I mean?
I actually follow him on X, but I don't actually know that much about him.
That's fair enough. Like Estrada is another one there, and Shiro, and I think they're all people that I don't know really well enough to say yes or no. But, they're the options. So, is there anyone there who is the definite first? Who's first of all that on your list?
I'd probably say Lomachenko. To be honest, just for, like you say, winning the title in his second, his amateur career was sensational. He's just, the first time I ever watched him, Endar, was in the middle of the night. I think it was the second fight when he won the world title, and me and my missus sat down to watch it, and I said to her, he is the best boxer I have ever seen.
Oh, he is. He's brilliant. And if you want to, if you want to, give your opinion, let us know. And I just want to point out we're sponsored by Falcon Contracting and boxbets.co.uk for all your box betting needs. Now, if you took my advice and backed the weekend knockout, you would be sitting on some nice coin, except I only had a few coins on it, but still not a paid for my Sunday lunch. So thanks for all of that. So guys, if you're in the chat and want to give your predictions, push them in. Let us know who is number 1, 2, and 3 on your Hall of Fame. If you're watching this back and it's not live, stick it in the comments. 1, 2, 3. So Jam, you give me your 1, 2, 3, and I'll give you my 1, 2, 3.
I'd say Lomachenko at 1.
Yep.
Usyk at 2.
Yep.
Chocolatito 3.
Fair enough. And for me, it's going to be Chocolatito 1, Donaire 2, and number 3 goes to Lomachenko.
I forgot Donaire. I would have put Donaire 3 instead of Chocolatito. I completely forgot about him as the person who made
That's all right. Anyway, so that's our predictions, folks. If you want to, or not our predictions, our ballots. If you want to put your virtual ballot in the chat or in the comment section of YouTube, we can then, discuss them and go over them. If anyone's online now and wants to put them before we go, you're more than welcome. So while I'm going to give people a few minutes, if they are online, to post theirs up, I'm going to give us just, a word from our very good sponsors. Okay, so our comment section's empty, but do put them in on the YouTube chat. Put down your 1, 2, and 3 right now. Now they have to have retired today, so there's no future predictions. It's exactly on the record as it stands on this day, the 29th of January 2024. If they retire today, who would you put in the Hall of Fame? And on that note, I'm going to say thank you and good night.